Howdy ho, peepers and creepers. All right, man. I hate to be a parts changer on these vehicles. Like I like to know what my problem is when I go to work on these vehicles. But the other day, the '04 started acting up again. So the idle started getting a little erratic, with the AC on high, just cruising down the road. Now, something I've been doing in thoughts of my previous videos, where I told you the one mechanic said to try to be up at 1,500 RPM. What I did was I threw it in tow haul mode, which increases your RPMs because you're using higher gearing. So I did that, and I thought, hey man, old truck's doing pretty good with it, and doing that. But I came to a stop, and nope, RPM dropped down to about 300 to 400 maybe, definitely below 500 RPMs. And she started kind of having like that little Chevy shudder, like the old school Chevy trucks used to have that little bit of tremor, which will lead you to believe a engine block mount is bad or something like that. But I was like, son of a gun. So I kept running her. I took it out of tow haul mode, and about 30 minutes into my ride heading to work, everything chilled out. It just was running normal, nothing crazy. And again, really gas mileage ain't changing or anything like that. It's not making weird exhaust sounds or anything. It's doing its normal. So then my last day of work, I fired up the truck and I backed up out of my driveway, and my check engine light came on, and she started having a little bit of rough idle issues. So I was like, what the hell? So I turned off the AC, and it was still kind of having a little bit of a rough idle. So my problem ain't fixed, man. New alternator, all that shit. I still got problems here. I'm thinking about going for the upstream and downstream oxygen sensors, just because this vehicle is an '04, and it's got 260 some odd thousand miles on there. So I was thinking about just going for it. Online with Amazon, you can get all four: upload, download, upstream, downstream, for bank 1 and bank 2 for like $56, and but as much as I wouldn't mind doing that, it's just when it comes to emissions, I don't like to buy parts from Amazon. I had some issues with my my valve up on the top up here, and I ended up going to O'Reilly's, and that ended up being shit. And I ended up having to go to the dealer to get an actual part from the dealer. But anyways, so from the dealer, I'm looking at $240 to do all four. But I hate that. That's if I do it. But I hate to be that parts changer, I mean, I want to know my problem, and this is the analyzer I use. I call it somewhat advanced, but it is basic, but it should be able to pick up a bad oxygen sensor, upstream, downstream. There's codes for it. But one of the generic codes is a 0420, I want to say. But that could be a multitude of stuff. That could be your evap leak. I mean, it's kind of like a generic engine code, and it makes you kind of start hunting. So that's where you want the cool engine analyzers, where you can retard or slow down your RPM, or you can zero out or re-zero your oxygen sensors and all that stuff to see if they'll catch up to the different conditions of lower fuel ratios to air ratios and all that good shit. Well, I don't have that guy. But I feel like this guy right here, he should be able to pick up an oxygen sensor, no problem. I looked in the manual. There is a code for your oxygen sensors. It'll say bank 1, it's oxygen sensor 1, bank 1, whatever, all that good shit. And I'm not getting that, and, I don't smell strange exhaust fumes or anything like that. So I still feel that the oxygen sensors and all that are probably good. But I do have that code right now, so let's scan and see which one it's going to be. Let's see what we got here, man. All right. Every vehicle should have a port It should have a port right under here. It's industry standard. And sometimes if you go to plug in your scanner, like you go to AutoZone and you plug in your scanner and it doesn't work, some of these OBD ports, the fuse is actually the cigarette lighter fuse right here. So if the scanner won't kick on to your read position, you might just have a fuse out for your cigarette lighter. So anyways, you don't turn the vehicle on. You just put your key in, turn it to run, and then this will read. Speaking of, don't tell me don't tell me my cigarette lighter's out. Come on, buddy. Speaking of, is my damn fuse out? Oh, there she is. Yeah. So, but interesting, if you look up here, it shows everything's working. All them little round circles with the letters, that's all your emissions control stuff. That's all good to go. But it's saying I have two. So it's P042. Let's see what the next one is. Same deal. So that is a wide range of problems, from your evap leak to loose gas cap. Although there is a specific loose gas cap error that comes up. It'll say this is typically a loose gas cap when you look it up, but PO or P0442, there is just a shitload of problems that could be from your an evap leak. There's even question of bad catalytic converter and all that shit. So I don't know, man. Is it worth my time to go ahead and just do my my oxygen sensors and see what happens? $200 of my shit, maybe. So I've been sleeping on this for just the last few nights, and maybe I'm gonna go for that, man. And I just don't feel that's my issue still. I feel the ride would be way more erratic. I feel like there'd be a lot more soot in the tailpipe, which there isn't. It's pretty damn clean. I'm thinking about taking it to get emission tested, but I have a feeling they ain't gonna find nothing because fuel mileage and all that shit's the same. So I don't know. Maybe she's just old. Maybe she's just old and she's done. But other than that, that's all I got to report.